Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Today, I want to talk about loneliness. The feeling that you just out there alone. You don't feel like there's anyone else supporting you, having your back, for you, someone that could share your deepest, darkest thoughts with. And if you guys understand that this is part of human nature. We are designed to work in communities. We're designed to be a pack. This isolation that we put ourselves in is killing us. The science is out there.
We're social animals. There's no getting around it. We seek belonging, right? I'll give you a funny example of how it works. So where do you live? Where are you right now?
I'm in San Diego.
Okay, so you're in San Diego. Are you friends with everyone in San Diego? It's ridiculous. But if you go to San Francisco and you meet somebody from San Diego, you're like, I'm from San Diego. And you guys are like buds.
San Diego shirt or something like that.
Right.
You have that connection.
And then when you're in New York and you meet someone, you're like, I'm from San Diego. They're like, I'm from Los Angeles. You're like, you're both from California.
That's right.
Right? And you go to Paris and you're on the Paris metro with your family on vacation and you hear an American accent and you turn around and say, hey, where are you guys from? You're from Wichita? We're from San Diego.
We're American.
You're best friends. Because that's human beings. We seek out people who have shared values, shared understanding of how we grew up, shared experiences, and we create tribes because we're safer in tribes. And that person that you just met on the Paris metro, that tourist family will say, oh my God, have you eaten at this restaurant? And you go, no. And then you will go to a restaurant because tourists told you to. But if a French person, just random stranger French person told you to go to a restaurant, you'd be like, that person's insane. Because there's no trust. Even though they're much better qualified to give you restaurant advice than a random person from Wichita on the Paris metro.
Yeah.
That's my point, which is we trust people that we're in the tribe with, for better or for worse. And so ideally, you want a tribe to form around vision and values.
We live in this isolated, almost depressive concrete jungle we call city. It's supposed to be exciting, yet we live in apartments. Just listen to that word. We live in apartments. Apartments. We're living apart. I can almost guarantee most of you right now that are listening to me in New York, in these big cities, in Melbourne, in all of these huge cities around the world, you don't even know who your next door neighbors are. Some of you might know the guy right next door because they probably needed something, but they didn't introduce themselves just for the sake of knowing who's next door. Most of you don't even know who's two doors down. You're living in apartments. I discovered that. I didn't get that from anyone. That's me right there. So that if you guys feel that and understand what I'm talking about, you're living in an isolated world. That is depressing. It sucks your soul, your very core, your very being. And every single time your best friend gets a girlfriend or a boyfriend, you feel even more isolated because you now know that you don't have access whenever you want to that individual. Because that individual now has somebody significant in their life to actually get along with. Now, I'm going to highlight a few women that are suffering from loneliness, suffering from the fact that they screwed up in their 20s when they were at their most desirable, and now in their early 30s, mid 30s, 40s, no man wants them. No man wants to approach them. So we are here because of two major reasons: feminism and the sexual revolution. And I'll add in a third, the Me Too movement.
Thousands of women around the world spoke out against sexual harassment using just two words: Me Too.
Now there are millions of Me Toos out there on social media.
In the wake of explosive allegations against film producer Harvey Weinstein, actor Alyssa Milano posted a message on Twitter. Using the term coined by activist Tarana Burke a decade earlier, Milano urged women who had experienced sexual assault or harassment to tweet Me Too. What followed is widely considered to be a watershed moment. We saw people in different countries taking to the streets, The accusations against powerful men first emerged in Hollywood. Weinstein, Kevin Spacey, and Bill Cosby were taken to court. Weinstein was sentenced to 23 years in prison and is currently facing another trial. And allegations quickly surfaced in other industries: politics, food, theater, and journalism. Prominent anchors like Matt Lauer and Charlie Rose were fired. In music, R. Kelly was sentenced to 30 years in prison on racketeering and sex trafficking charges.
Where men are absolutely petrified about meeting women. That's the Me Too. And the promiscuous lifestyle, this has basically told women that, hey, she can be asexual with whoever she wants, and she can coldly reject whoever the hell she don't want. Compound that with feminism, who've told women, I'm strong and independent, I don't need a man. Men have said, okay. So these three things have influenced males' decision. And the biggest issue that I have with women who are always screaming about men ain't shit and men don't know what they want and men are this and men are that. Men are only responding to these three things. You did this to yourself, ladies. And guess what? Only you can fix it. Here's the problem with our society, in the West especially. Everything is like a pendulum. You know, thing that goes tick, tock, tick, tock. Most of you don't know what a pendulum is, but please look it up. But it basically something that swings back and forth. Back and forth. So it swings to the left, you're right, and it swings back to the right. So when we have a problem, one problem, Harvey Weinstein molesting people, the pendulum swings all the way back over to the side. Me Too, and leave women alone. Do not approach women.
And a male approached me in a parking lot. He's, excuse me, miss, and I don't know why in the hell he was approaching me or what he was trying to do. And before he was probably 30 feet from me when he said, excuse me, ma'am. And I turned around and I literally yelled at him and I said, do not approach me. And he immediately started going in the other direction. And I just kept saying it over and over and over. I said, do not approach me. Do not approach me. And he didn't come anywhere near me.
Leave women alone. Women want to be left alone. Do not harass women. Boom, the pendulum swings to this side. Men saying, okay, shit. I've seen too many men been to jail. I've seen too many boys in colleges have been kicked out, have been put in jail for retroactive sexual acts. Too many celebrities are being castrated for things they did 10, 15 years ago. Actors, men of power, have been accused of things that they did decades ago. We call it what? The Bill Cosby phenomenon is insane. So all of these women are coming out of the woodworks. And of course, these are the ones that get highlighted. Have the majority of the women been essayed? No. But of course, all the feminists, they have pushed those stories so hard. These are the highlights in the media. So everybody goes, wow, men are horrible. And then, of course, the young generation, they pick up on this. It's in the colleges. It's in the young societies. And then you get the blue-haired and the pink-haired woman out there going, leave me alone. Don't kiss me. Don't approach me in the parking lot. No, no, no. No, no, no. Of course, they're young. These are the young girls. Because they have hordes of men coming at them in their DMs every day. Because they're young and attractive. So now, these young ones, they are now in their late 20s, early 30s. The pink and the blue hair is gone. They're ready to settle down. But no men are approaching them. Oh, shit. Now they're crying out on TikTok. Why? Why don't men approach us? Why? No man's approaching me. Men are dogs. Because the ones that you want don't want you. And any smart man, any intelligent man, any man of means, he's going to cover his ass. So ladies, you're left to deal with your own mess. And women don't get that. Women don't understand that, man. This is the problem. Men only respond. Men are the hunters. I keep telling you this in every single one of my shows. Men are hunters. We respond to what happened in the wild. So you women in the wild out there are saying all of these outrageous things, putting men in these positions. We're not following fit. We would prefer to go to other countries, other areas of the world to find women who don't think like you. It's not rocket science, my friends, but you put yourself in this position because men are not looking to build themselves, get the good jobs, go and work their asses off, build their assets, invest in everything, just to have a woman to take it all from him with one accusation, married and divorced, have a kid that he didn't want, and leave him destitute. Men are learning because channels like these and many others that have sprung up are telling men don't fall for the crap.
We're just simply following your lead. You got what you wanted. Let's enjoy it.
This is because you've been telling men for years that you don't need them. Men are getting used to being alone and adapting. This shouldn't be the case, but men didn't seem to have a choice. We all know that women can still make things better. They shouldn't say they don't need men to begin with. It is very helpful. We must work together.
Such an idiot. The sweetest guy just approached me in Woolworth. It's a Monday morning, doing my grocery shopping to do my juicing. And he came up to me and he goes, "Excuse me, miss, I just wanted to stop you and tell you that you are so beautiful and I would love to get your number to take you out." And my instant reaction was, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, I have a boyfriend." Which is not true. I don't know why I said that. I'm actually kicking myself for saying I do not have a boyfriend. I'm not talking to anyone, but my instant reaction, because no one's ever done that to me before, I froze and was like, "I'm so sorry, I have a boyfriend." And he's like, "Oh, that's really sad, but you never know if you don't try." And I'm like, "Yeah, I really admire you for coming up and talking, thank you so much, have a beautiful day." And he's like, "You too, miss, all the best." Why did I tell him I had a boyfriend when I don't? Ugh. This is why I'm single. This is why I'm single.
I thought this was the funniest because she wanted the guy who approached her, but she was so set on turning down men that she turned down the guy she really wanted. As a wise man once said, may he rest in peace.
So what do we get? We get women bitching, moaning.
I think I'm quite lonely, and I feel really bad for saying that because I have friends. It's not that I don't have friends, but everybody grows up and has different interests, and I kind of don't know where I fit in anymore. It's quite sounding moany, and I also don't. I like to be quite upbeat, even though I am horribly depressed. But I don't know. I just feel really lost. Just thought I'd share it in case you feel the same.
Living alone at 33 is really hard. Harder than I care to admit. Especially considering a lot of that time alone was during quarantine and I spiraled into a neurotic isolation I now call Sabrin's agoraphobic period of solitude. But as I re-enter the world from a hibernation only mental health TikTok would understand, I'm just going to—
And I just wanted to feel like someone loved me. Oh my god, we're going into it. Okay. Alright. I just wanted someone to feel like they loved me and wanted to be with me for me, and that was never the case. But then I got my dog during quarantine, and I love him more than anything in this world because now I'm lonely. I don't have a place to stay. I don't have any options, and I don't have anywhere to go, and I don't have anybody to turn to. I don't know, I just feel very stagnant in life and I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm so lost, and I just feel like alone and stressed, and I have to be here for my dogs, I'm just praying for us because I just want us to be happy. I feel like everybody deserves to be happy. No matter what that happiness is, everybody deserves to be happy.
These women don't know they're picky, and they don't oftentimes know they're picky until it's too late. And that pickiness, that stubbornness hits them like a ton of bricks in their 30s, and they realize that they spent a lot of their 20s being so picky that they were alone, and now they're alone at 33, and it's much harder to be alone at 33 than it is at 23 because
this video shows the struggle of many women caused by loneliness.
So that was a compilation of a number of clips from this one channel. I'll link it below. I can't remember what the name of the channel was now as I review this. But it just shows you the inside of a woman's head and what's happening. These videos that I produce is literally warning women that this is your fate. For the majority of you young women that don't get it together, this is your fate. I'm talking to you 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27-year-olds. If you don't get it together in that time period and find a man in that time period, and I would recommend you better find a man before you hit 25. That's how bad it is right now. Because you're now competing with women overseas. You're not just competing with women in your city. You're not just competing with women in your country. You're competing with the women in Colombia, Panama, Chile, Peru, Cuba. These are all countries where the women are taught from a very young age to be conservative, respect and love your husband. Your husband is number one. He's the one that's going to guide you. He's the one that is going to take care of you. Have a tremendous amount of respect for your husband. This is how you serve your husband. Because American men, Canadian men, German men, Australian men, they're all going to these countries. Thailand and the Philippines. You guys know it's nuts. Men are saying,
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but if you're looking for a man, just know that the reason you can't find him, a black man specifically, is because he's in Colombia already.
Honestly, the amount of white dudes with Thai women that are waiting to board international flights, it's an absurdity. It is crazy. Like, half of the couples in this airport right now are beautiful Thai women with super basic white dudes.
Every one of these passport bros are men that none of us want here. Not a single one.
I think there's a lot of discourse on the internet, and there's a lot of people that are like, oh, it's just dusties, it's just broke men, it's just men that other women wouldn't date. I saw lots of very attractive men. I saw lots of men who looked like they had means. They looked like they had their stuff together. They were dressed well. They had good luggage.
Passports be stamped up because they got the bread to do it. I hate that people just always equate like a weaker man, so to speak, with that means he don't got bread. No, they be the main ones who got bread. Like, they just don't get.
we don't need the stress. The amount of calls I get during the day, I had 3 calls starting at 6 a.m. this morning, right? And it's only 12:40 my time. So in the last 6 hours, 40 minutes, I've had 3 calls. And those 3 calls from men who are tired of this crap, who are in relationships or in situationships where it's absolute nightmare and they are looking for solutions. Yeah. And so, ladies, I am trying to talk to you to understand that you are not in a very good position. You're now forced to go to Lowe's. You're now forced to go to Home Depot to find your man.
We're no longer using dating apps. We're going to Trader Joe's, Home Depot to find our husband, and that's what we're going to do today. Okay, so this is the fit. I thought it was casual, cute, but like still kind of girly. All right, here we go. This is what my life has come to. So it was kind of a bust. I got approached by a girl, and she said, "Oh my God, you're so pretty. Can you take my survey?" So I mean, win's a win. But on to the next place. So I'm kind of over it. So I got in and out instead, and I don't know. I just want to go home.
Oh, sorry. They say at Home Depot you find husband.
No. Maybe.
Maybe. I just wait right here. Oh. I'm from New York.
Oh, okay.
New York, New York. Oh, I found husband. Woo!
All right. See the last time.
Aquí haciéndome pendeja en Home Depot.
Excuse me, sir. You're married?
Yes, leave me alone.
I need somebody to give me the fucking tutorial on how to be a woman that a man feels comfortable approaching. Like, I am trying to work so hard on my resting bitch face. I don't know how to portray, like, single. Talk to me. Talk to me. I'm single. I've been single for 2 years. I don't know. I don't know what to do.
Modern dating has a lot of problems because most women of this generation have the wrong assessment of their dating options. They were told that all of them are 10s, so they deserve the top 10% of men. Therefore, most of them automatically disqualify all men who are not part of the top 10%. We all know that her problem is not the fact that men are not approaching her, but the fact that she is not being approached by Chad and Tyrone. And
at least she identified what the problem is. She got a resting bitch face. Also known as RBF. As a photographer, unfortunately, I see this more in British people. Listen, I'm not picking on you guys. I'm just telling you a simple characteristic. And it's simply this. It's that when a person's face rests, when you just relax your face, the outer corners of your mouth turns down. So it looks like you're either miserable or not smiling. And so to solve that problem, whenever I am photographing someone and I just say, relax, and they relax those muscles and the mouth turns down on the end, I say, just smile just a little bit without showing your teeth. So when they're smiling, they bring the muscles up, the mouth just sort of goes neutral or even slightly up. So they look more pleasant. So RBF is a serious thing. Ladies, if you want to solve this problem, just whenever a mind... So ladies, if you want to solve this problem, listen, it's simple. Whenever a guy looks at you, makes eye contact, just smile, nod. That's it. If he approaches you because he thinks that you're interested, just say, I was just saying hello, just wanted to say hello. That was it. Leave it alone. That's it. Not, oh, why are you coming at me? What do you want? What? No, that's you just being rude. And men don't want that. So if all of you will start being nicer to men, you will get better results. It's not rocket science, man. I'm telling you guys. Otherwise, you're going to end up like this bunch of women here.
Me, or are you f***ing exhausted from dating? Jesus f***ing Christ. I get it. It's never been easy. I lived in New York. Trust me, I know. But I feel like nowadays it's a f***ing uphill battle. If it's the guy that I met at the gym who said, oh my God, you're so stunning. My Lord, you're so gorgeous, but won't ask me out. Okay, single. I know he is. Or the guy that I met and we had a nice 2-month little thing, and then of course self-sabotage because why should anything actually work out, right? Not being Debbie Downer, not being negative, being realistic here. Let's call a spade here. But I tried it. Came to San Diego to see some family and was like, well, let's see what's out there. Tried talking to a guy at the gym. Nope, don't do that. They're terrified of that. Matched with a few guys. Got one date this weekend. Cool, we're gonna go for a hike. We love that. But all the other ones, either it's, I just want to go with the flow. I don't want anything serious. Let's just see what happened. No thanks, not interested. Or you have a conversation and they never respond, or it falls flat because you're like, cool. Now what? It's tough out there. It's fucking tough. You're not alone. Doesn't matter what city you live in. It doesn't matter what age demographic. I don't want to hear it. We're all struggling. And I think it's time to take a little bit of a break. I got to focus on my business and me and mourning my dog and all of those things. But, just want to commiserate. You're not alone. It is exhausting.
Here's the thing. This woman will never ever think, shit, it must be me. She will never think that. Never. She go to the gym. She meet a guy. Oh my God, you're so beautiful. Oh my God. Yes, the guy said that to her. He probably just had a few more sentences with her, and then instantly he got turned off. You ever considered that? Why would a guy come up to you and say, oh, you're so beautiful, and then boom, just leave you alone? Men don't do that. If a man comes up to you and say, God, you're so gorgeous, you're beautiful, and you said, thank you. Are you single? You're not bad looking yourself. I am single and available. Anything to give a guy, hey, the guy comes here, you gotta come here and a little bit more to make him see that you are available. If he comes here and you don't move, the man is going to say, okay, have a great day. Because the second he pushes it a little bit more, then he becomes the creep. And the guy's not going to push it. So ladies, if the guy gives you a compliment, he's here, right? You have to come there, meet him with that same energy or even slightly below. Because the guy has to see that you moved in your energy to also say to him, hey, I'm available. Hey, I love what you just said. Hey, thank you. We should go out sometime then. Oh, now you're on the same level as he is, right? And then he'll move higher, higher, and all of a sudden you guys are connected, date. Move it to the next level. But if he approaches you and say how beautiful, and he don't make another move, you screwed up. You screwed up. You never gave him anything else to bite on. Because every guy knows that if he made a move and you haven't moved, he's the creepy one. We know that. But I know what you wanted. You had your little ego in there, huh? He bit. You didn't move because you want to be Miss, hey, you know what? I'm hot. I'm the best. You know what? You didn't move. And what you expected him to do was to go a little higher on you and work for it and work harder. Men ain't doing that shit anymore. He just said, hey, great seeing you. You were left because you didn't give him anything. That's the only way a man would give you a really nice compliment about how beautiful you are and did not move to the next level. Ladies, we are now in an environment where if a man gives you a compliment, you better either come 10 paces up or meet him on his own same level. Otherwise, he's saying, nope, I'm out. I hope I'm making myself clear because this is where we are at in the dating market. Men have choices. Let's listen to another one just so that we can get a good idea of where we are.
How did your date go?
I'm done with men. I don't want to do this. I'm so done with men. They're disgusting. They're like...
She went on a date for 2 hours.
Look at me.
One drink.
Look at me. Take me to dinner. Like...
Wine and dine.
You know what I'm saying? Like, don't try and get all this information out of me over one drink that you don't want to pay for. And I'm looking this great. And... I don't know. I just can't with them. They just don't get it. I can't. I don't have time for them anymore.
Boys, do better on dates. Do better.
You know what? We should start giving reviews. We should start sending out, okay, so this is how you did, so that they get better. Because at the end of the day, they'd be doing bare minimum for wanting to be praised.
Period.
Oh, God. All right. So let's analyze what she just said. And I can tell you what happened in that date. So she go out. She looks like a high-priced hooker. Just letting you know. Ladies, if you keep going out with men, especially on the first date, where literally your dress is 1.5 inches from showing your freaking pubes, you're doing it wrong. Because all you're doing is sending out sexual vibes. You're not putting out wifey material vibes. And most men who are actually looking for a woman for long term, he's not looking for hooker vibes. Because it's easier to just go and find a hooker and pay less for her than it is to wine and dine you. So if you're, listen, if I see someone who's wearing a police uniform and I need help from a cop, I'm going to call that person. When I walk into a doctor's office and I see the guy with the white coat on with a stethoscope, I feel comfortable. It's a damn doctor. Same thing with a fireman in a fireman outfit. When I go out to look for a wife and I see a hooker come through the door, right? Guess what? I'm going to treat her like a hooker. Please understand this, ladies. We have this whole idea that, oh, I'm going to look hot. Look at how hot I look. You look like a hooker. I'm sorry. So what else would a man do when he's sitting there thinking, is this woman somebody that I would want to freaking have my kids with? Or just go home, pound it, send her on her way tomorrow morning? He's just thinking to himself, I already got a regular that I do that with. This one was supposed to, this woman I was looking maybe a potential wife. I don't even want to pay for a drink on this one. I'm out. At that point, he's just like, I'm ready to go home. I'm ready to get out the hell out of here. What does she do? She gets left. And so after asking her a few important questions about who she is, what's her ambition, etc., etc., the guy pretty much said, Jesus, this is a freaking airhead. There's no way I'm going to look at anything serious with this woman. I'm out. I'm not going to see her again. I'm not even interested in paying for her drink. That's the thought process that goes through men's head. So please understand, when you get home and your friends, big you all up about, oh, look how hot she is, and oh, look at how this. Guys do better. She has to do better. She's the product. Men are buying her. She's not buying the man. She's not investing in the man. The man is investing in her. The man basically looked at her and said, you are not worth my investment. Not even the cost of a bloody drink. That is cold. Jesus. But you ladies got to realize that is exactly what happened. Let me know what you guys think. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it right there. So listen, subscribe. And of course, remember, if you need to book a chat with the older man, moi, log into askanolderman.com. Book a session. Let's have a chat. And of course, if you just want to send me a quick message, get me over on Instagram on the same, Ask an Older Man. And of course, remember, whenever in doubt, always, 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 always ask an older man. I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.